Hi guys, in this video let's talk about the combat score So with combat score in here, Lostark game become very convenient. Now we don't need to see the party of players spec like the gem, engraving, stone, weapon, card, etc. Before the combat score is released, when also a player is happen, we should press the button of the see the informations, see the item labels and weapon grade, bracelets, stones, go to the engravings or historic engraving, gem case, and see the card. Oh, he have the card 30 like this. But with that combat score release month, what we just do is just see the combat scores about of the players and select accept or reject it. But as all RPG games as do, this combat score system is not accurate. Also, this MapleStory or Dungeon and Fighter of the biggest 3 RPG games in the KR servers all have this combat score systems, but it is not accurate. So all of these RPG games have the external homepage that calculate the layer scores, which seeing the different directions of without the vs the games in games. So in KR, there is saying that inven users array set class who can use the ambush master plus late captain plus mass increase class can get the 300 combat score more than other class with free. Why they said it as a free is that other class cannot use these engravings, but they can if the class use these 3 engravings, they can get the 300 more combat score than other engravings. Because these engravings give more damage percent than other engravings, make give more combat score than others. So also supporter case, without high level gems, they cannot get high combat score while increase the gem level have really bad efficiency to supporters. Dealer case also, increased gem give many combat score, but efficiency is really bad of damage increasement. What I want to talk in this step is that in combat scores, yes, showing the damage of the dead characters or support ability, but in here this is not accurate. With the class engraving and the gem like that, each little increasement is very small, but the method can increase the many combat scores with the class difference like this. Thinking there are 4K combat score characters. One character is with all 10 level gems, and other characters make the 4K combat score with all 8 level gems. Then in fact, 8 level gem character is much stronger than all 10 level gem characters. Why? It is fact that because 10 level gem give the many combat score while it gives the very low damage increasement. In near, this is not big issues that in Lostark characters tab, this high level gem combat score pumping is not matter because we can clear dungeon easily. It is leader score or just pumping score. Now I'll talk about this pumping score is normally gem increasement that give the high combat score, but leader damage increasement is very low. But in main character new late case, in KR, always users gathering the party before new late is list like the static group because they think it is better method than go with the just in-game party method. Checking this combat score is leer score or just pumping score is very important. In KR, many users select the gem as combat score increasement because gate cap is always happen in the combat score nowadays. Gold efficiency combat score increasement is always gem. Why? Can buy and sell with cash easily. Gem case. Always maintain the price, not big difference. We can change it to gold easily. Can earn the cash without reliability issues, and it gives them very big combat scores. So many users who want to play just first week late clear normally buy the full set of 10 level gems, so 11 to 10 level gems, and increase the combat score like the 7K combat scores, and go the party very easily. After clear the first week late, they sell the gems and become the 5.6K to the 6K combat score characters, and go the next week late with the expertizers because he always clear the dungeons. But in here, because of that pumping score of gem, that layer damage increasement is very low but give the just high combat scores. these 7K characters will weaker than the 6.5K other no-pumping gem classes, like the 8 level to the 9 level mixed characters. Also, in the same 7K combat score case, but one class can use the mass increase plus late captain engravings. Other class use the Hitmaster engraving, then the characters who use the Hitmaster engraving will be stronger because of that engraving pumping scores. Maybe you guys ask me, but late captain and master increase in later give them more damage percent. So maybe this because of the engraving difference class by class, nerf decrease the 200 combat score of the master increase late captain class seems a little weird. I also agree with this opinion a little, but many KR users said that they should decrease the 200 combat score because Smart Game make the balance patch what that class are using. And I'm also agree with this opinion of more than this engraving is just engraving. Why? Because if some class used light captain engraving, its damage increasement is 80%, and this 80% damage increasement is go to the data log. And Smart Game make the balance page based on that data. So, light captain in layer give the 2% more damage than other engraving, so giving the more combat score is right. But because that while other class use the 16%, that class used 18%, and nerf percent is based on the 18% damage increasement. So this more combat score by engraving should be decreased when syncing the layer score of that characters. So no, these infos will be little helpful gathering your party, like your combat score cut line is 7k, and artilleryist is 7k, and accept it, because artillerists use the hitmasters, which give the lower increasement with other engravings, while straw breaker is 7k rejected, and cut make the cut only for breaker 7.2k plus combat score like this. But in the fact is that class is more important than combat scores. If in KR 7.2 artillerist is rejected and 6.8k breaker is accepted because of the tier gap. So if thinking the real scores, this breaker is 6.6k, but win the 600 more combat score artillerist. Why it is also lizard and lizard reason why in KR 8K plus classes lose to the 7.6K to the 6.7K to the 7.2K better tier class is happen in these gem situations. Normally for 7K plus combat score case, most good efficiency method is buying high level gem, except this method what they can do is bracelet, gem 5555, armor 24 to the 25. It's only method but it is too expensive. Without armor, also there is no selling systems. For example, with my main characters, all 9-level gems combat score is 6.8k. But if I change it to the all 10-level gems, it becomes the 7.4k combat score, increase the 600 combat score, while increase damage 2%. But if I decrease my weapon 1 steps, it decreased to just 90 combat score, which damage decreasement is 1.2%. So you guys can see this gem increased the very high combat scores while increased damage a little. So that's why 8k characters with ordinary gem lose to the 7k characters. Maybe result of class difference, the tier gap, is also acceptable. But because of pumping score of gem can have percent in layer, that's why 8k is lose to the 7k sometimes. Thank you for watching.